America's Heartland. This is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa. Welcome to the Gary Russen program. First, it's news and comments coming up on GJRB. First off, here's some of the stories we're covering for this afternoon. We've heard the news yesterday. Interesting story coming up about drug reports and weapons recovered from a lab pad in a standoff at Chris Brown's house. A report of an Oklahoma woman who killed her daughter for the crucifix. We got that story. And a man arrested for threatening the President of the United States along with Muslims. Along with that, John Kerry is encouraged that media stop covering terrorist attacks and people wouldn't know what was going on. John Kerry, you got to worry about that. Also, we have birthdays, celeb birthdays, and we're going to say goodbye to Gene Wilder along with that. All coming up today on the Gary Russen program on GJRB. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our freestyle edition of the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. We'll be back with the Gary Russen program news and comment in just a moment. Here's your great jazz on GJRB with the best jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming. And programming in other great music formats, like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. America's Street Music is back on GJRB, Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle, with all the great songs you heard before, and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. Every third Saturday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast or live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB Online. Now on the Gary Russen program, true news that's not in the mainstream. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gary J. Russen on GJRB Online. Welcome to the Gary Russen program. Starting off our program, of course, always on any semi-freestyle or any freestyle edition of the Gary Russen program. We start with news and comment, including on our Friday edition, as well as our midweek edition, which would be at 3 o'clock this time slot. But we're doing it a little differently now, as the Gary Russen program has moved to 3 o'clock on Friday broadcast. Starting off with our story, of course, you heard this before earlier yesterday. Matter of fact, police were dispatched to Chris Brown's house in our Tarzana home around 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. And according to Los Angeles, according to TMZ, an unidentified woman,
what happens in DC impacts.
Let's hear this story now. This is what's going on right now.
Sports tragedy struck Dallas, Texas this week when several officers were shot and killed.
Okay, I'm going to skip that story. I'm going to go to that. Anyway, an unidentified woman called police that as Miss California Region Bailey Karan told the gossip outlet that she had been admiring a piece of jewelry in Brown's home when the singer lost his temper, allegedly pointing a gun at her and ordered her to leave. The woman added the member of the Browns' entourage tried to get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, though she reportedly left without signing. As of noon Pacific time, police were still outside his home and reported waiting to obtain a warrant in search for the premises for a weapon. Okay. And yeah, this is it, folks. This is the kind of stuff we have to tolerate. Okay, Chris Brown posted several videos on Instagram during a standoff in which he cursed police and made reference to Black Lives Matter movement. And for a lot of you who heard our 9-foot signal before we came on, Bradmeyer played a piece of that clip, and it's not even worth playing because all it is, half of it is just beep, 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 because you use every single language in the book. Of course, you think you got to come across using that kind of language in a book. For some reason, I just don't know why, but I guess everybody thinks that you're intimidated by filthy language, and of course this whole thing with Black Lives Matters has got a lot of people in an uproar. I mean, I think they're just turning this Black Lives Matters into an excuse to misbehave. To act like a bunch of children. And that's exactly what it is, okay? There's no reason for the way these people act, okay? I just don't understand what the whole deal is. This Black Lives Matters has been nothing but nothing short of people being ignorant. I mean, I really don't understand why we have... See, what happened was this Black Lives Matter started the whole thing. It started the whole thing. When you really think about it, it started this whole thing. It doesn't have... like I read before earlier, it doesn't have to do with racism. It has to do with... people acting like a bunch of blaming morons. It's a liberal front to cause chaos. And like I've said on past Gary Russen programs, I believe that it was created by the Obama administration. I believe it was created by the Obama administration to cause civil unrest and to start off martial law. That's what I believe. I believe that the whole thing with Black Lives Matters is just an excuse to be violent, to act. I really do. I believe it's just a poor excuse. I really don't understand why we have this. People acting like this. It really is starting to irritate me to no end. And I wish that Black Lives Matters would go out of existence, because it's nothing more than something to cause trouble. And more and more people are going into this thing with excuse like it's okay to disrupt, cause problems, cause havoc. Sure. Because, see, people have to be stupid, okay? People have to be stupid. And that's what Black Lives Matters is. Just to be stupid. And I think it's a sad shame. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City woman told investigators she killed her daughter by shoving a crucifix down her throat while trying to remove Satan from her body. Okay, this is just ridiculous. What in the heck is this about?
She was just laying there, with her arms out. Her face was like, can you recognize it?
Frankie Merlos describing the moment he saw his girlfriend of 5 years, Geneva Gomez's lifeless body inside her mother Juanita's home Saturday.
It was so bad, I don't know, words can't explain how I feel.
He says the two got along, but fought the way normal mothers and daughters would. Court documents show Gomez attacked her 33-year-old daughter at the home near 15th and Classen because she was, quote, possessed by the devil. Police say Gomez forced a crucifix down her daughter's throat and watched her die.
She just kept saying money, devil and money, devil and money. Incoherent, couldn't understand her.
Frankie says Juanita also tried to prevent him from leaving the home and calling police.
I shoved her, pushed her out the way so I could open the door and run. Then she tried to choke me. She put her arms around me. I pushed it up and I ran to the car and locked the car and called 911.
He says his future with the woman he planned to marry is destroyed, and he just wants answers as to why.
This doesn't make no sense.
Yeah. Well, okay, here we go. Another situation here where we're looking at what I call child abuse. Even though the woman, this woman's daughter was 33. Okay? 33. She was about to get married to this guy, right? 33. And she disciplines her daughter by shoving a crucifix down her throat, saying that she was possessed by the devil. What? Now, come on. Okay, that's ridiculous. What kind of mother does that to her child? What is that? And this is someone that has grown up, supposedly. Just that's stupid. What the heck are you thinking, people? What is wrong with this people? With this world? This woman, okay, apparently raised her daughter Christian. Maybe her daughter was doing some things that under her roof that she didn't approve of. We don't have the story behind this, but to do that, to kill her daughter by doing that, that's not the answer to this. That's not going to solve your problem. Okay? It's not going to solve your problem. It's going to make it worse. What kind of action that is? What is that? That is plain stupid. You just don't do that. Conference around the table, maybe something like that, to talk about this. But she was old enough to leave. Apparently, maybe she was tired of her daughter sponging off of her too. But that was unnecessary. To shove a cross down her throat. No, there's other solutions to this problem. I'm sure that woman will be convicted in a court of law over this, but that's pitiful. Really sad situation there. To actually do that to her daughter, it's sad. And I think that sometimes in the world we have too many people who are playing that game. All right. It's sad. This mother apparently needs to have a counseling session and try to help her out. You know what I'm saying? And another story coming out of Massachusetts. The FBI believes that there is a killer out to get President Obama and other Muslims
The FBI says Joseph Gargiulo had a stockpile of weapons at his home in Holliston, Massachusetts, and had threatened to use them against President Obama, law enforcement officers, and Muslims. According to the criminal complaint, Gargiulo recently said something to the effect that he should have taken the opportunity to kill the president while he was golfing on Martha's Vineyard. Last month, the FBI received a tip that the 40-year-old had acquired the parts to make an AR-15 rifle. The tipster also said he had gotten a hold of a component used to make explosives. Pam Puso, Fox News.
Ah, okay. How about that? Okay, well, here we go. You know, like I said before, you know, I predicted this. I predicted this a long time ago. I said that Obama is going to better watch his back because there's going to be a lot of people who want to do him in. The FBI already planned